Hi everyone, John Arnold here, and Bert, he just ran down and hopped in the picture a moment ago. I guess he heard me setting up and decided he wanted to be a part of the action. Maybe he'll come back, but anyways, this video series is my introduction to a yogic principle called Saucha. And over the next couple days, I'm going to drip out some videos for you to help you address and clean up messiness in your life. I think that's a big problem for a lot of people, and it has been a big problem for me, bigger than I actually realized, because we can get used to patterns that aren't healthier or our best, and they just become the norm, and we don't realize it until we kind of bust out of them. And I have busted out of some things in the last couple months in what to me feels like a really big way, and I realize I need to share what I'm learning with people because it's needed. The thing that I've been working on is a yogic principle called Saucha. Now, if you're not familiar with Saucha, and what I want to do in this video is familiarize you with that and kind of put a face to what Saucha can be. And in the next video, I'm going to tell you some ways we kind of mess up and get trapped in messiness. No pun intended there. And then lastly, I'll show you some ways we can get out of that in the third video in the series. But for those of you who don't know what Saucha is, there are what are called 8 limbs in classic yoga. Don't worry if you don't know that. One of them is a thing called Nyama, and the Nyamas are ethical practices, ways we should live our life so that our life is better. And one of the ethical practices, one of the Nyamas, the first, is a principle called Saucha, which means purity, cleanliness, or it could be translated as clarity. Those are all common ways that it's translated. And the idea behind Saucha is that we practice purity or cleanliness throughout our lives. Like it can be in mind, it can be in body, it can be in spirit, it can be our physical space, it can be our finances. I'll give you some quick examples. So for example, like with our bodies, basic hygiene is good Saucha. So getting up in the morning, taking a shower mindfully, brushing your teeth, doing things that cleanse the body. Speaking of the body, a Saucha practice might be to eat clean foods, to take into our bodies good and healthy foods. Practicing asana, yoga postures, is a great way. It can be one way to practice Saucha too, because when we move our bodies, we can work toxins and impurities out. It can also be, though, like our physical environment. If you have in your life a lot of clutter and excess, and the weight of that can be really stressful, practicing Saucha would be a way of cleaning up our physical environment. And we all kind of intuitively, I think, understand how much better the quality of life can be when we practice some cleanliness, whether it be mind, body, spirit, finances, whatever it is. Some simple examples of that. Doesn't it feel awesome to like slide into clean sheets? You know, I love clean sheets, and oh my gosh, if I can have line dried sheets, they're the best. There's nothing like the feeling of sliding into fresh, clean sheets. And that's just experiencing some of the joy and benefit of Saucha. Eating a really good, clean meal instead of living on highly processed foods. This past year, I did some things to clean up my diet, and I've almost gotten rid of headaches. I was having terrible headaches very, very regularly. Most of my headaches are gone. I think in part because I'm practicing Saucha in my diet. I've cleaned my diet up a whole lot. Also, there's a lot of stress involved if we are living in a mess, if we have physical mess around our environment. And I want to tell you a story about that, just to put a face to this real quickly, that I can show you the gross difference between where I was, say, a year ago and where I am now. And most of that change has been within the last couple of months. I started working on Saucha this year at the beginning of 2020 because last year my life got really messy. I was going through bad health things. My heart went out of rhythm a couple times. Between times that my heart went out of rhythm, my mother got ill. She eventually died in the midst of that. And I got in a mode where I was just like scrambling to do the next thing in front of me. And I was everything was handled by urgency, it seemed like. And in the process, life just got, in lack of any better word, it just got messy. So I was reminded of that in a painful way this past week. My son, Matt, who has just entered into his professional life, he started as a police officer a few weeks ago. He just bought his very first car. Got this beautiful Chevy, blue Chevy Colorado. I can't wait to get to ride in it. And in the joy and excitement of buying his very first car, we had a painful, panicked moment that was unnecessary because of life being messy. Hey, Bert. And what happened was they called me up so excited. They were headed to house. They had completed all the paperwork at the dealership. They were going to go get my son's clunky old Mustang, and they were going to bring it to the dealer to trade it in. And they called me and they said, "Where's the title? It's not in the glove box." I was like, "I don't know." I said, "Maybe it's in, we've got a little safe that we carry things in, or that we put important documents in." I thought, well, maybe it's in the safe. So I go look in that little safe. Oh, and here comes Louie now. So I'm going to get the whole gang. And Bert's scared of Louie. But anyway, so I look in the safe, no title there. So then I did that thing where you look in the, like, another place is not where it should be, but like, okay, it would make some sense if it was there. I have a file for each car for maintenance records. Well, maybe for some reason it got put in there. Look in there, no luck. Now you can feel over the phone, we're going back on the phone, panic starting to set in, because I know what everybody was thinking, because I was thinking and feeling, is this whole thing going to fall apart? He just found this car, he's been looking for it, he's bought it, and we're going to be like tied in some weird, stupid bureaucratic knot because we can't find the title on it. I got off phone, so let me dig some other places. And I found the title. It was in a file, but that file was in a pile. To be precise, that file was in this pile sitting right here. All right? Where was this pile? In fact, here's the title sitting right on top. Where was this pile? This is almost embarrassing, but I bet some of you can relate. I think about a year ago, we were probably scrambling to get ready for somebody coming over or hosting something. And I had taken this pile or a couple piles and consolidated them and shoved them in the drawer with that intention of, oh, I'll pull it out tomorrow and deal with it. And nope, it sat right there. You ever go into a closet? I had a friend who went to put a bag in their closet because they had taken all this stuff laying around and put it in a bag to set it in a closet because people were coming over. And like they went to set it there, and there was another bag there from when they had done that before. Okay, that's a lack of Saucha. This was very stressful, and I felt some guilt and shame over this, and it was just a panic, unnecessary, kind of ugly life moment, and that's the kind of stuff that happens. I want you to compare this with where I am now. Okay, literally, that was a pile from my desk, or a series of piles, and it was not unusual for me to have several of those. This is where I am now after a couple of months of working on this and applying some simple principles. This is my stack right now on my desk. That's it. I have a set time once a week. Used to be I'd come in and throw stuff on the table. I'll get to it someday. And then usually someday was when something came in. I realized I'd missed a bill or, urgent. I'd become this huge project I have to go through my desk. Right now, man, I sit down. I set a timer for 25 minutes once a week. When I'm done with that 25 minutes, I am done until the next week, unless I by design choose to spend another 10 or 15 minutes maybe to catch something that I couldn't get through during my 25. I cannot tell you the difference quality of life when you can say the word enough. You ever come home from work, you come in, you want to sit down, you'd love to just sit down and have a meal or watch TV or something, but you feel this weight of, I need to clean the house. You sit down anyways, you lose yourself in some distraction, don't touch it, it's all waiting for you again. Enough is the difference between me sitting down at my desk, and I could spend an hour when my desk had piles like that, and until it was all gone, it was never enough, right? Like until the whole house is clean, it's not enough. But when you have simple Saucha systems and practices in place, the beauty and the joy of it is being able to say, I did enough, so I can now guilt-free spend time with my family. I can guilt-free watch an episode of something I want to watch on TV because I want to watch it, not because I'm avoiding the 500 things that are undone. That's a totally different quality of life. That's the beauty and the joy of Saucha. So that's what I want to share with you over the next couple videos. Now, to make this video series the most valuable series I can for you, what would help me is to get some feedback from you. What I would really love to hear is what in this resonates for you. And what I mean by that is, like, is clutter, where do you feel the mess right now? Like, do you feel it in your calendar? Like, man, there's just way too many things coming in at you, and the stack of demands and the pokers in your fire, if you will, they're just way too many. It's just cluttered. Is it old mind patterns? Like, man, you get these tapes that just keep running. Is it taking in media? That can be like bad Saucha if you are, or lack of Saucha. Like, I had somebody who I told them I was going to post this on Facebook, and they're like, I won't see it because I don't go to Facebook anymore. It's too toxic. They're practicing Saucha so that their life is not as stressful. Maybe it's you want to clean up your diet. I would love to know what is something that feels messy in your life. And, you know, if you're in Christ Yoga and you and commenting on this is a safe space. This is a judgment-free zone for Christians who are yogis to grow in their faith and deepen their practice. I hope you'll feel comfortable sharing. If not, message me. But let me know what's a mess you would love to clean up. What would it mean for you to clean that up? And one other thing. If there's something you've tried that failed, I'd love to know what it is. Because I think what we're going to find is that that's really common. For me, with living by piles, what failed for me was I had no structure or process in place, and my process for dealing with that was to ignore it until it became urgent, and then I had this cycle I would go through of it being a project to clean my office. I'm going to say a lot more about that tomorrow, but be a project to clean my office. And I was on a project hamster wheel, and I needed to get off that hamster wheel. That did not work because I got tired of feeling like it was never enough. So that's it for now. I want to wrap it up there. I hope that this is, well, I know this, if you listen and apply some of the things I'm going to share over the next couple of days, I know this will be a valuable series for you. Tomorrow's video will be out tomorrow. And if you want to share this with people, that would be awesome too. I'd love for you to like and share the video. But please, if you do nothing else, comment below. Let me know what you'd like to clean up and what you've tried so I can help you out. Bye now. Have a blessed day from Christ Yoga and you. And Bert says bye. He's out there somewhere. Louis over here. But bye from the Arnold household. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video, my friends.